guys, it's your girl Tamika here. I want you guys to consider me your personal hair coach. I have been helping women for a lot of years grow their hair long, not just to black girl long, but longer and turn their back. And I want to share some of the knowledge that I have with you guys so you guys can get the same results. Have healthy, long, strong hair. It is my passion and I love to help women and men get to their hair goals. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why your hair won't grow and what you can do about it. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a lot of hair care tips about how to get your length retention on point. So excited. I cannot wait to share with you guys. So I know that a lot of people have been trying to grow their hair to no avail. And then people say that their hair gets to a certain length and it stops growing. Or they say that they cut it and it just never grew back. Or that it grows but it breaks off. But the thing I want to tell you is that our hair grows all the time. It grows while we eat. It grows while we sleep. It grows while we watch TV. It grows while we travel. It grows while we exercise. It grows, they even say it grows after we die. So isn't that something? So growth is obviously not the problem. It's length retention. So people, they always say that other races, hair grows faster than the African American race or black race. I like to say black. That is not so. Hair growth is not based on race, it's based on genetics. So if you have people in your family whose hair grows super fast, then more than likely your hair is going to grow super fast. What you see in other races is not that their hair grows faster, it's the ability to retain their length, thus making it appear that their hair grows faster. Okay, so hair on average grows about 1/2 inch per month. That's 6 inches per year on average. So that's a lot depending on how long or short your torso is. You can be the waist length in 3 to 4 years. So if you have a shorter torso, about 3 years. If you have a longer torso, about 4 years, maybe a little bit more. It just really depends on your hair. But that's only if you get your retention game on point. So what exactly is hair retention? It's the ability to retain as much hair that's growing in as possible. So if you can retain like 99% of the hair that grows in, then that's length retention. Okay, so now I'm giving you my little spiel, a little lesson. Let's talk about why your hair won't grow. Now, there's many reasons why your hair won't grow, and some of them can be really, really, really simple. I mean, so simple, you'd be like, Tamika, is that it? And I'll be like, yeah, girl, if you will change such and such of this in your regimen, then you will start seeing length retention. So I was going down the list. I have notes here, so I won't leave anything out. So if I keep looking down, y'all know exactly what it is. I'll try to make it sound like I'm not reading, but hey, it is what it is. I'm no actress. Okay. So one of the things that a lot of people do is they use too much heat. So excessive use of heat, blow dries, curl lines, flat irons, and things like that can really stop length retention in its tracks. It will make it seem like your hair is like at a standstill. As a matter of fact, I've seen people's hair get shorter and shorter and shorter over time because they use too much heat. So excessive use of heat is one of the reasons why your hair is not growing. And you're going to hear me saying growing a lot because we're conditioned to say that, but it's really retaining length. Okay, another reason, you're not deep conditioning. Our hair needs moisture to be put back in it on a regular basis, and a lot of times because our hair is dry, we tend to have a lot of breakage and stuff, but if you are deep conditioning on a regular basis, it combats that. Not moisturizing your hair on a regular basis, and not just not moisturizing it, but doing it properly. This is another reason why your hair won't grow. If I hear one more person say, it weighs my hair down, I'm going to scream. Literally, do you want long hair or do you want broken up, short, damaged hair? I mean, do you want healthy hair or not? So if you want healthy hair, you've got to moisturize your hair. And yes, it does weigh it down. That's just part of it. Another reason is you don't tie your hair up at night. You don't wrap it. You don't pineapple it. You don't do any of that stuff. You just go to bed right on your pillow. You don't tie your hair up and it causes your hair to not grow. Okay, a lot of people don't know this, but using too much protein in your hair is a big reason why you're having issues with your hair, because too much protein is a no-no because it'll cause your hair to break. Rough combing or brushing your hair too much is another reason, and also not detangling your hair properly on a regular basis. I have had people tell me that all they do is finger detangle their hair, and they'll continue to do that for months and months on end. Never taking a comb all the way through, detangling the hair. And so you wind up with this matted mess. And so when somebody actually has to go through and actually detangle your hair properly, you're going to wind up with a lot of damage and breakage. Okay, wearing too many wash and go styles. I know a lot of curly naturals out there, they love their wash and go styles and they are beautiful. But if you don't pay any attention to the ends of your hair, when you blow dry that hair or you straighten that hair, those ends are going to look chewed up. I've seen it happen too many times. I've had women come sit in my chair and they were curly naturals and they came in for a trim, and I don't trim without blow drying. I just don't. I don't trim curly hair. And they came in for a trim, I blow dry it, and the ends are about that deep in damage. Now, it looks cool when the hair is curly because you can't tell because the hair is curly. You might, ooh, yeah, my hair looks fly. But when you actually get to blow drying and looking at all the splits and stuff and the single strand knots, nah. So, too many wash and go styles can really be like detrimental. So, you got to be really careful and pay close attention to that because, whew, that's a trip. Okay. Another thing too, why your hair won't grow is breakage from tight weaves and braids. Now, I know y'all love the weaves and braids as protective styles, and they're fantastic, but they be too tight. So that causes damage and breakage as well. Using the wrong hair tools will do it. Fine tooth combs, if you have it, the only thing a fine tooth comb should be used for is the comb chase method and to part your hair. No detangling with a fine tooth comb. Using the wrong products for your hair type is something I see people do all the time. Now, I don't think there's a such thing as white products or black products because, in a sense, I use white products in my salon, and all the products that you see me use, those are products I've used to get all these amazing healthy hair makeovers I've done in my salon. It's not about that. It's about using the wrong products for your hair. A lot of times people, they want to jump on the bandwagon of like no sulfates or no cones and all this type of stuff, but your hair might like cones, your hair might like sulfates. So you really have to find out what works for your hair and then go from there. So don't try to use what somebody else uses because it might not work for your hair, but it might work fantastic for theirs. Another thing too is keeping your hands in your hair all the time. I literally, and I'm guilty of it, I do have the hand and hair disease. I do, because I'm a hair puller. Literally, when I'm under stress, I'm literally pulling at my nape all the time. I don't pull it all the rest of my hair, but I pull at my nape. And I literally, like recently, pulled my nape down from this long to this long. And that is not good. So I have hand and hair disease too, but it's just in my nape area. But I have literally seen people sit here and just like break their hair off on the ends, break their hair off on the ends, break their hair off on the ends, or just twirl it and pull it out and things like that. You got to keep your hands out of your hair. I'm working on it. You guys got to work on it too. Okay, diet is another reason why your hair won't grow. It is important. Diet is important. Not drinking enough water, your scalp is not healthy, you're not patient with your hair. Patience is one of the top things, one of the top reasons why your hair won't grow. Another thing too, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, but it's not the least. You go too long without trims. You go too long without trims thinking that this is going to help you retain length. But if the ends are split, they're going to split up. So that's going to cause the rest of your hair to break. So not trimming will backfire. It backfires. So regular trims. Okay, so now I've given you many reasons why your hair won't grow. Let me give you some pointers on how to get your hair to grow and start retaining length. Okay, let me look at my notes. First of all, you got to start off by finding a simple regimen. Our hair likes routines, so you got to keep it simple. And I made a video about finding a simple regimen, and I'm going to put it in a card up here, and I'm also going to link it below so you guys can go check it out. And it has a lot of tips on finding a hair care routine. And I also, I'll mention it as I go. Take time with your hair. Okay, guys, it makes all the difference. If you are being rough and impatient with your hair, your hair will surely break, and then you'll probably lose some from shedding that you shouldn't have lost in the first place. Well, that you lost too soon. So be sure to allow enough time on shampoo day to be able to take your time and be gentle with your hair and treat it with kid glove. I always tell people, if you don't have time, on shampoo day to shampoo your hair, postpone it. It's going to make all the difference, because it's okay to postpone it a couple of days or a week if you need to, because your hair will love you for it, because then you'll have the time to just sit down and take the time with your hair. So just be gentle with your hair and be patient. Use high quality products. Oh my gosh, don't just go buy cheap stuff from the dollar store or buy the least expensive product on the shelf. I know Walmart, they be having that bottom shelf water products like $1, $2. Don't buy that. Use rich, thick, creamy products on your hair that have ingredients that make your hair feel soft and strong and moisturized. And don't be skimpy with the products. Use what your hair needs. So if you have to use half a bottle of conditioner on your hair or whatever it is, or half a bottle of moisturizer on your hair, use it. Your hair will reward you for it. Now, I know that means you have to buy more often, but if you want long, healthy hair, you got to do what you got to do. No excuses. Okay. Another thing to help you get your length retention on point is to deep condition your hair at least once every 2 weeks. Now, a lot of people, they go to the hairstylist, and a lot of hairstylists, they charge you extra for deep conditioning. At my salon, I don't. I have all-inclusive prices. But even if you go to the hairstylist and charge you extra, get it done. If it's $10, $15, $20, get it done anyway, because it must be done. It is a very important step in getting your length retention on point and growing your hair. Okay? Make sure to deep condition at least every 2 weeks and coat every strand of your hair, including the roots, the ends, and the roots. Don't forget about the roots. Very important. Stop following product trends. If something is working well for your hair, stick with it. I don't care if you've been using that product since 1922. If it works well for your hair, keep using it, because your hair just loves that product. Now, if you do decide that you want to try new products on your hair, it's all fine, because sometimes you want to update and use, some newer things. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't just incorporate an entire line of products into your routine all at once. Do it one product at a time, so that way you can get a feel for how your hair responds to it, and you know exactly what product your hair likes or dislikes. So it's a better way to do it. And also too, whenever you're trying new products, make sure that you clarify your hair first, because that way your hair can be very receptive of the new product that is being used. And clarifying it, you use shampoos or other methods to remove the buildup from your hair. That way there won't be any like barrier or blockage to your hair absorbing new products. So clarifying first is very important when you're using new products. Okay, be sure to tie your hair up every single night. Even if you're not going anywhere the next day, even if your hair appointment is soon, you'll be surprised at how one night will cause damage and breakage to your hair. So tie your hair up every single night. And as I said in another video, all you people out there, and you want to spend intimate time with your honey and you don't want to tie your hair up, you can wait until afterwards. Just make sure that bonnet or scarf or whatever is underneath your pillow, so when you finish, tie that hair up. No excuses. Okay. Only use heat on shampoo and condition days. You got to find ways in between your shampoos to, keep your hair fresh. You got to get creative with it. I mean, there's plenty of things that you can do, no heat, and get creative. And if your hair is really super weighted down, or if it's like puffy or whatever, don't use the heat. Like put some twist in it, like twist it back or braid it back, or put some braids in your hair, or put a wig on. I don't know, get creative with it. Put it up in a bun, whatever you need to do. But just keep that hair, that heat off of your hair, and only do it on shampoo and deep condition days. It's very important to stick with that step. I cannot stress that enough. Don't overuse protein thinking it's better for your hair. Protein is great, but just remember that keeping your hair well moisturized is the key to retaining length. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, you gotta drink plenty of water. A good start is 4 of those, like 16-ounce bottles of water a day. You can drink more, but a good start is 4 of those, because our hair likes to be moisturized, and it's best to moisturize from the inside out. Take supplements. A lot of times we don't eat right, we get busy, and we don't have time for ourselves, whatever, and so our hair a lot of times will lack the nutrients that it needs. So if you take supplements, it'll kind of, help fill in the blanks a little bit for the things that your diet is missing. But on that token, you gotta eat a good diet full of foods that contain protein, iron, and silica. And examples: leafy green vegetables, salads, lean meats, and fish. If you're eating all those things, your hair will love you and reward you for it. Exercise is always a good way to keep the blood flowing in your scalp, and so like getting the scalp stimulated is also going to stimulate growth. So good circulation equals good growth. Wear protective styles such as buns, braids, weaves that are not installed too tight. Weaves and braids that are not installed too tight, and also make sure your buns are not pulled back too tight. It makes a difference. And make sure too, like if you are doing any type of ponytail style or bun style, to alternate the position of it so you won't get like ponytail breakage or bun breakage in one area. And make sure if you're wearing weaves or braids, you moisturize on braids, and you moisturize your hair underneath that weave. So important. 2 to 3 times a week at least. And I have a video about moisturizing underneath the weave, and I'll put that in the card here too. And also I'll put in a card some product recommendations, some product faves of mine that I use in Salon that I use for my healthy hair makeovers, and I'll also put that in a card too so you guys can take a look. And I'll also put the links of those videos down below. Okay, don't leave your protective styles in longer than 8 weeks. I have seen people leave their protective styles in for months and months and months on end, 4, 5, 6 months, and then they take their hair down, it's a hot mess. You can't do that. It can lead to matting and tangling, which leads to breakage. Point blank period. The maximum amount of time to leave a protective style is 8 weeks, and some people can't even go 8 weeks. Some people can only go 5 or 6. 8 weeks. Okay. All right, so always make sure you're using wide tooth combs in your hair, not those fine combs, the wide tooth combs on your hair to detangle your hair before you have your shampoo sessions. Because if you pre-detangle your hair and then go through your shampoo session, it's going to make it easier. It's going to be less rough combing and things like that, and then your hair will love it and your hair will thrive. Make sure to get regular trims. Now, a regular trim to me is every 3 to 4 months. Some people might say every 6 weeks. That's too much, because if you do it every 6 weeks, then you're pretty much cutting off most of your progress. But every 3 to 4 months, if you do it at 4 months, that means 2 inches of hair. A trim is a ½ inch or less. That means you retain 1.5 inches of hair, which is fantastic. Okay, so 3 to 4 months, depending on how well you take care of your hair. If you take care of your hair really well, you might even be able to stretch it to 5 or 6 months. It really just depends. It's not set in stone. You just gotta kind of gauge it according to what your hair is doing and how well you take care of your hair. But as a general guideline, if you want to go there, about every 3 to 4 months for trims. Don't obsess with your hair. If you do all the right things to your hair and treat it with kid glove, your hair will respond by flourishing, retaining length, and before you know it, you'll be looking like Rapunzel. Y'all, this is a weave. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot more that I have to say about retaining length and all that, and I can't necessarily put everything all in one video. I'm going to have to divide stuff up into different sectors and different topics and stuff like that. But if you guys have anything out there that you want to see me do a video on, a demonstration or a topic that you want me to discuss, or any Q&As that you want me to answer, by all means, please do that. I'm here for you. I'm your healthy hair coach. I want to help you get to where you want to be in your hair growing journey. And I know you don't want to just be black girl long. I know you don't want to be. But yeah, went ahead and hit the subscribe button. And please hit the notification bell, because you'll stay updated on all of my awesome, amazing hair videos. And I also do other videos too, vlogs and everything in between. So hit the notification bell, stay updated on that. And I guess that's it, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your love and support. I love you, and I hope you have a blessed, amazing day. And I will see you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.